Hey, great evening, everyone. This is Wesley Virgin here. Hey, real quickly here, I want to do a video. This is for you. If you're a teenager in your 20s right now, or if you're a 30-year-old, okay, you should listen to this. This is Wesley's 7 rules to life. Okay, and let me be honest, these rules did not come from me, but these rules are some of the rules I kind of live my life by. And I kind of grabbed this from the 12 Rules of Life by Jordan Peterson. It's a great book. He's a clinical psychologist. And I was reading it, and it's very, very profound. And I think it'll help a lot of teenagers, 20-year-olds, and 30-year-olds to help navigate their life better. Is that cool? So as you guys jump in here, put your names below. Pay attention, please. Listen close. If you're watching a replay, I can see you. If you're here live with me, I would love to say your name, give you a shout out. We got about 60 people watching. I'm proud of you because you're still up working, hopefully. All right, working on your dreams here. So put your names below, and I will love to give you a shout out here publicly on my IG here, okay? Nash, how are you? Ben Yomis, how are you? Alex, how are you? Let's go. John Trey, let's go. Deanna, let's go. RDS, let's go. Ben Yomis. Winston, what's up, man? How are you? Nikki, how are you? What's going on? If you hear your name, hit the like and share button if you don't mind. You, Deet. Jason, how are you? Lissetti, how are you doing, my love? Taiwan, Kevin, what's up, baby? Josh, how are you? Rainy, how are you? I'm so proud of all of you that you're not asleep right now. I do have a no sleep mentality because I think and I believe any man or woman that has a goal shouldn't sleep as much. You know, some people debate about 8 hours, 5 hours of sleep. And I don't know, when you're really, when I was broke, to be honest with you, and I didn't have a bunch of money, I didn't sleep much because I really wanted it. Like I really honestly, from the top of my heart, wanted to be a multimillionaire. So I didn't have time to sleep because I had a goal, I had a purpose to get up for. So sleep wasn't really that important for me back in those days. And to be honest with you, sleep is not important for me now because I can sleep forever when I pass away, when I die, right? So if I'm asleep when I die, I think now it's an opportunity for me to really expand my life, what I can do, who I can change, and what I can impact before I leave this earth here, okay? So let's get started here. I think I gave everybody a good shout out here. I'm sorry if I missed you. Paulina, if I mispronounced your name, my apologies. Okay, so let me give you the first rule, okay? Now write this down, please. And like I said before, these are not my rules. I did not create these rules, but I do tend to agree with a lot of the rules that Jordan Peterson wrote in his book here, okay? He says, stand up straight with your shoulders back, okay? Now, what I've noticed, a lot of you, when you navigate your world, you don't stand up straight. Your shoulders are not back. Most people, when they leave their homes, when they go to work, when they go to school, usually people look at the ground. Let me share some with you that you might don't know is that you don't have to be smart, right? You don't have to make all A's in school. You don't have to be the person at the job that is excelling the most to stand up straight with your shoulders back. Let me share something with you. Perception is reality, which means is just by standing up with your shoulders back, walking throughout and playing this game called life, you'll get more opportunities or more people will gravitate towards you than a master's degree, a PhD, or any type of accolade or accomplishment that you think is going to allow people to like you or gravitate towards you, okay? And let me tell you why, because if you pay attention to most people, one, most people are not smiling. Two, most people are not standing straight with their shoulders back. Make sense? Okay? If that makes sense, hit the like and share button. And now I know you may say, well, that's simplistic, Wesley. I know that. Yo, to be honest with you, most of the simple things in life will give you the type of results that you're looking for. Like if I saw a person that was approaching me with their shoulders back, standing up straight, and I see another person, and maybe they're more qualified, right, to do business with me, I'll tend to take the person that has the physiology of somebody that I want to work with, okay? Does that make sense? So go ahead and write that down, okay? So tomorrow morning, right? What's up, Nene? Tomorrow morning, and when you get ready to go to school, go to work, just try it. Like when you go to school, teenagers, walk with your shoulders back and stand up straight. Don't look at the ground when you're walking around, when you go to your job, okay? Walk with your shoulders back and stand up straight. And you'll notice majority of people don't do this, right? Because people's physiology is basically resembling what's going on internally within themselves. Make sense? Okay, you got it? All right, number 2, if you like that one, go ahead and hit the like button if you're with me here, if that makes perfect sense. And I'll really explain if you guys need help. Number 2, this is a goodie. Pay attention here. Treat yourself. It's tricky, but it's a goodie. Treat yourself like you would someone. Treat yourself like you would someone you are responsible for helping. Read that again. I want everybody to read this. Treat yourself like you would someone you are responsible for. Okay, so what that means is this, have you ever had to take care of somebody that was sick? Maybe your child, maybe your mom, your dad, right? Your grandmother. And when you took care of them, weren't you delicate? Weren't you aware of their needs? If you needed to get an extra pillow for your mom to make her comfortable and to make her some food, or maybe your baby, right? You were watching your baby 24 hours a day because they had the flu, they were sick, they were getting hot. You made sure he or she was comfortable. Well, what he's saying is that you should treat yourself the same way. What we've noticed, and what I've noticed even personally with, me being on the planet for about 20 years, joke, is that most people don't treat themselves good, okay? Most people don't treat themselves well, okay? I'll give you an example. Not only do people self-deprecate, such as people call themselves losers. People say the words like, fuck my life, or I'm an idiot, or people use these type of words all the time, and they think that it doesn't play a part on their self-image, and it does. Or even your room, right? Dirty rooms, dirty houses, dirty cars, right? You don't take care of your hygiene properly, clean clothes, brushing your teeth properly, making sure you don't have stank breath, making sure that your teeth are whitened, right? Making sure you take care of your hair, your nails. I know this sounds weird and it's very simplistic here, but this is very, very important when you're dealing with the self-image of a person. So what he says is treat yourself like you would treat a person that you were taking care of, and which means this, that you will pay attention to what you're doing and you will be more aware of how you're feeling. Let me give you an example. If you were taking care of your sick mother, God forbid, okay, and you see that she's not having a good day because she's upset about something, you can tell by her body language, right? And you might say, hey, mama, what's wrong? How can I make you feel better? Oh, baby, I'm a little depressed. I'm a little down. Well, what can I do? You want to play a game? You want me to make you some food? You see, we all do this, right? But the question is, what do you do when you're depressed? What do you do when you're down? What do you do when you're struggling a bit? What do you do that your day didn't happen the way that you want it to take place? What do you do when the business didn't go exactly how you want? Well, most of us, we just beat ourselves up, right? Does that make sense? and we exacerbate the situation here. So what he's saying is treat yourself like you would treat somebody else that you're responsible for helping. That means if you're down and depressed, think about a way that you can pull yourself out of depression. If you're disappointed about something, think of a way to pull yourself out of that disappointment. If you're mad, if you're angry about something, take notice and realize that you can pull yourself out of anger by asking yourself the same questions that you would ask the other person that you're taking care of. Does that make sense? By the way, that's very powerful. It's very powerful. Because what that allows you to understand is that whatever mood, whatever feeling that you're in, that you can take yourself or transition yourself from that bad, cynical mood to a more empowering mood. Okay? Just think about the people that you help around the planet. How many of you help people all day? You're always that person that help people. You help mama, help daddy, help your child, help your friend, right? You always want to take care of other people. Well, now it's time to take care of you. Take care of yourself just as you take care of other people. And you'll figure out that your quality of life will increase. And this is what I do. Like if you notice, if you watch my Snapchats and my Instagram accounts, you can follow me at Wesley Millionaire Virgin. I take good care of myself. I get massages once a day or once a week. I go get my nails done once a week. I get facials done once a month. I get several massages. I eat healthy food. I'm always aware of how I'm feeling and the language that I'm using and how I start my mornings and how I start my workouts. I want to make sure that my body is taken care of. I want to make sure that my skin is looking well. I want to make sure that my teeth are looking well, right? So I treat myself as if I was treating or responsible for another person. If that makes sense, hit the like and share button here. And guys, I really want you to pay attention and use this. This is life-changing information here, okay? And I give you guys details to that book when I'm done. Let me give you the third one here, okay? Let me give you the third one. Now, this is a powerful one here, and I want you to stop and listen, okay? Rule number 3, make friends with people who want the best for you. Now, I want everybody to read that with me. Read that a couple of times here. Make friends with people who want the best for you. You know, it's a saying out there to say, well, I want people to tell me the truth. I don't want people just to tell me how good I am. I want somebody to tell me the truth. And usually when people say that, they want someone to tell them something negative about them because they already believe that same negative thing about themselves. Make sense? That's why, like, I give an example. A woman might say, hey, do I look good in this dress? Tell me the truth. Right? Most men will say, yeah, baby, you look good. But she doesn't feel that she look good. So if you say, yeah, you know what, baby, that dress is not the right dress. She said, yeah, I know it's not. Because, see, the thing is, most people, this is human nature, is that when we say, tell us the truth, what we want you to say is something that we already have agreed or feel about ourselves. And it uses something negative, you know? Does that make sense? So let me share something with you here. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Make friends with people who compliment you. Make friends with people who encourage you. Make friends with people who enlighten you, that inspire you, that make you happy. Make friends with people that make you laugh, okay? And I know what some of you guys are thinking, well, you just don't want a bunch of people telling you you're amazing all day. You don't want a bunch of people giving you good, positive comments. You want some negative comments too, right? Because that's the only way you get better. Listen, I'll have to debate with you about that. Let me tell you why. Because anything in life that you're trying to figure out, right, or anything that you're doing that's maybe not the right thing. First of all, if you're doing the wrong thing, you already know you're doing the wrong thing. So you don't need somebody to reiterate this information because you already know. Second, Um, you don't need someone to give you constructive criticism and think that that constructive criticism is going to lead you to resolving a problem. Let me share something with you. Now, this is my philosophy. If you have people around you that always want the best for you, right? They always they lift you up. They always compliment you, and they always see they see you better than what you are today. Even if you have a problem, even if you're in a bad situation, even if you have a challenge, you having a positive attitude, right? A more empowering attitude would lead you to the solution that you are searching for. Does that make sense? Let me say that one more time. Just listen to me here. Now, you don't have to believe that this is my philosophy, because I only want people around me that lift me up, encourage me, give me compliments, and make me feel good. That's it. I don't want anybody else around me. Okay? And I know a lot of people would debate with me about that. They say, no, you need people that are, a bit negative. Sometimes you need people to tell you the truth, tell you the deal. To me, that's a myth, okay? And it's wrong. Anything about you that needs to change, or any type of constructive criticism that needs to be given, I want you to consider that if you have positive, encouraging people around you, you will eventually learn or discover the solution for the problem, the challenge, or even the immorality. Okay? Does that make sense? You will figure it out. You don't need someone to tell you, hey, you need to be a better person. Hey, I don't like how you treated me. Hey, you know what, man, you're lazy. Right? You don't necessarily, and I know some people, they like, no, I want somebody to just tell me how it is. Yeah, but it doesn't put you in a good mood. And I'm not saying that you can't succeed like this. I'm not saying that you can't do great things on the planet. But what I'm saying is, I think it's more powerful if you have people around you that want the best for you all the time. One great philosopher, he says that, and I think it was Goethe, he says, if you see a man or a woman as he is, he only gets worse. But if you see a man as what he could be, he'll become what he should be. That means if people that are around you see you better than what you are today, you will get better. Okay? It's nothing worse than a person poking at your insecurities or poking at all the deficiencies or everything that you do wrong in life. Why? Because you're smart enough that you already know about these things. But if a person sees you better, I'll give you an example. This will be my own example here. I have a baby mama, the mother of my children here, okay? I use the correct term. She's the mother of my children. I love her. She's amazing. She does a great job. And she has another, I hate to use the term baby daddy, but whatever, another father of some other children, right? And, sometimes we don't agree, okay? Sometimes that he tends to argue with me about certain things. And, this young man has been in prison. He has a different type of mentality. And so 2 things can happen here. I can argue with him. I can say, no, you're wrong and I'm right? Or I can tell him, say, you know what, man, thank you for being the best dad I know that you can be right now. Thank you that you are showing my children love. Thank you that you are around the mother of my children doing your best to give her the best life possible. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I know you're working hard, right? It doesn't mean that you're perfect, but I know you're giving it your best. Now, having a conversation with him like that will tend to make him better. Does that make sense? And I do it all the time. And it works. Because the worst thing you could do to a person is to tell them what they need to work on, or tell them what they are falling short with, or to tell them how bad they are, right? They know this. Most people already most people already self-deprecate all the time. They speak so negatively about themselves. Like most people already know their challenges and insecurities, right? So what you need to do, and you can listen and take this if you want, see a person better than what they currently are. You can do this in relationship with your wives, with your girlfriends, with your boyfriends, and with your lovers or whatever, right? Even with your children. See them better. Don't say that your children, oh, you're failing in school. Say, you know what? I know you're doing your best job. And you know what? I know next semester you're going to do 10 times better because you're smart. Make sense? Don't tell the kid, oh, you're a loser. You know what? You just keep fucking up. What's wrong with you? Right? See them better. And when you see them better, they will get better here. If that was powerful, hit the like and share button. If that made perfect sense, hit the like and share button right now. Let me give you rule number 4. This is getting juicy right now, by the way, okay? It's getting so juicy, okay? If you're learning something, I want you to go ahead and hit the like button so I can get a notification here, okay? Listen here. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday, not with who someone else is today. Now, what does that mean? A lot of you on social media here, when you look at the Kim Kardashians, you look at all the celebrities, you look at all the people that have the things that you want, that are living the lifestyle that you want to live. Well, you tend to compare yourself to them, and it makes you upset. It makes you resentful. It makes you bitter. But what a very intelligent person would do would compare themselves with the person they were yesterday. See, this is what Kobe Bryant did. This is what Michael Jordan did. There was an interview with Michael Jordan, and he said, you know, who is your competition? He says, I have none. The only competition is myself yesterday. And I thought that was very powerful, and this is probably why he was the greatest all-time basketball player on the planet here. Sorry, LeBron. But it's the truth. Like, think about yourself today. Listen. Think about who you are today. Think about everything that you did. Think about the arguments that you had. Think about the people that you talked to. Think about the level or quality of work that you put in at your job. Think about the people that you treated good, the people that you treated wrong. Think about the feelings and the thoughts that you had today. Think about it. Now, the question is, can you be better tomorrow? Okay? Can you be better tomorrow? The most debilitating thing to do is to compare your life to another person's life that you're watching on social media. Like even my life. Don't compare yourself to my life. Don't compare yourself to Kanye West, Jay-Z, Oprah Winfrey, or, Seinfeld, Elliot. I mean, don't compare your life to them. Compare your life today to the person you were yesterday. And step by step, make a decision and say, you know what, I'm going to be better. Maybe, today I didn't make up my bed, tomorrow I will. Maybe today I had an argument with my boss or with my coworker. Tomorrow I'm going to apologize for that. Because what that does, it makes you a better person. And not just for others, for you. Okay? A lot of people, they don't even like their own company. Right? Maybe you. Well, when you start to be a good person that you like, that you look up to, it makes it very easy to navigate the world. Make sense? So compare yourself with who you were yesterday, not what someone else is today. It will give you a boost in your quality of life, and you'll find out that you are making progress daily here, okay? Hit the like button if that was powerful, please. Thank you. Hit that like button. That was really good, actually, Let me give you number 5. Stay with me here. You're learning. This is Prosperity School, okay? Yeah, I teach you about money. You can go to my website at wesleyvirgin.com if you want to be a multimillionaire, because I am a millionaire maker. But, these are some of the foundations to live life. Because everybody doesn't want to be rich. I don't know why they don't, but I think you should. But, I think these are some great rules to live by until you leave this planet here. Rule number 5, set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Now, a lot of you, Yeah, I'm talking to you. Always criticizing the planet. You know what? Life. The world is so fucked up. Has anybody ever said that? Oh, the world is going to shit. Oh, God. Donald Trump, the economy, there are no jobs. It sucks. Listen, maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I think the world is beautiful. I think this is the best time to live. Right now, it's more opportunities than we know what to do with here. More people are becoming very financially successful than any time in recorded history here. But listen, when it says set your house in order, before you judge, listen here, and before you criticize the world, other people, make sure where you are right now is in order. Make sure your house is in order with your children, with your significant other. You cannot criticize the world if you have a piss poor relationship with your children. You cannot criticize the world if you have a piss poor relationship with your significant other, with your wife, with your husband, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, right? You're arguing with them. You're being resentful. You're being revengeful with your significant other, right? You're cussing that person out. You're hitting that person. You're insulting that person. Well, how can you criticize the world when your house is destructive? Okay? Some of you smoke too much. Some of you drink too much. Okay? Before you criticize anything outside of you, which most people do because they want to justify why their life is what it is. Like if I can blame Donald Trump, the reason why I can't do certain things, then guess what? Now I'm making excuses to be who I am today. Make sense? If I believe that smoking or drinking is going to alleviate my stress, well, then I feel like I need it. And I'm saying, well, I need that because the world is so jacked up. So I need this to be able to calm down. My boss sucks and my friends get on my nerves. So I need something to calm. Listen, you need to get your life in order. Not just house, your life. Understanding that, like, you don't really, I don't smoke, like, and I don't drink only on occasionally, okay? It's something that you can think about, right? So, you know what? Do I really need to smoke every day? Cigarettes, weed. Do I really honestly need to drink something? And let me ask myself another question. Why am I doing it? You may say, because I'm stressed. Stressed about what? And is that the only avenue to alleviate my pain or my anxiety? Does that make sense? Well, this is getting your house in order. Because let me share something with you. Nothing outside of you externally. I don't care how bad that you think the world is and how destructive or how none are dysfunctional the world is. It's not going to get your house in order. Nothing outside of you is going to make things better inside your household. Okay? Let me give you some tips here, and I use these for myself. Tell your children you love them. Tell your children that you love them every time that you get a chance to do that. Tell your children that they're kings and queens. Tell them that they're great. Tell your husband or your wife that you love them so much and you're lucky to be a part of their life, even when you're pissed off. Tell your mama that you love her. Tell your dad that you love him. Even if you didn't have a dad, even though he was never in your life, maybe you were sexually abused, maybe you were physically abused or emotionally abused, tell them that you love them. Does that make sense? Well, this is how you get your house in order, okay? Because if you start to permeate love in your universe, then it would allow you to reframe and perceive your world differently, okay? Because what I've learned is, and just through living, right? I've been on the planet for a very short time. I have a lot to learn. But once you start to give love or start to permeate love in your world, in your house, people start to distribute the love to you. And if you have love in your household, listen to me here. If you have nothing but love and kindness in your house, in your apartment, then you would have the proclivity to see the world differently. Because if you're getting so much love in the household, when you leave your house, you'll start from a place of love, of kindness. Does that make sense? But if your household is pretty jacked up, if it's angry, it's always just arguments and combativeness and resentful and bitterness and jealousy and just angry moments, it's almost impossible to see the world better. And that's why it's so easily to criticize. Understand this. Whatever attitude or whatever feeling that you're feeling, it needs momentum. So if you're angry at mama, angry at daddy, angry at your boyfriend, angry at your children, then you feeling that way is going to attract more anger. You're going to subconsciously find more ways to be more upset. We do this all the time. But it works the same way on the opposite here, on the contrary. When you're positive, when you're loving, you subconsciously find more things or more people that are loving just like you. Okay? That makes sense? Hit the like and share button for me, please. Thank you. That was powerful, wasn't it? That was powerful. I want you to listen to that again. That rule is very powerful. Set your house in perfect order. Perfect. Perfection is relative. It's whatever you believe is perfect. Perfect is basically when you come home, what type of household do you would like to come back to? A loving household or a household filled with anger? Clean your room, right? If you can't afford a maid right now, clean your room. Make your bed. Children, teenagers, make your bed. I tell my children this all the time. I say, let me share something with you. You could keep your room looking like this, but remember, a chaotic room, a room of chaos, you got drawers on the floor, you got shoes on the floor, things are everywhere. And when you come back to that environment, it's a chaotic environment. And a chaotic environment is going to create a chaotic life. Does that make sense? That's why I have a maid, because I know I'm not going to clean my own place. So I have my maid come every day. So when I get back from the gym, I feel good because my place is clean. And when I feel good, I do good work. Make sense? Okay. Hit the like and share button, guys, if you're enjoying yourself, if you're really getting some tools here, okay? If you want me to do more videos like this, because I think they're needed here, I would do them for you, okay? Rule number 6 here. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Expedient means basically things that are kind of just meaningless, something that's convenient. Pursue things that are meaningful. Some people ask me, I did a lot of things in life, and people say, oh, wow. Like, I've never been to a professional football game. I've never been to a concert. There's many things I haven't done, right? And some people are like, man, you just haven't did those things. Well, to be honest with you, I do honestly miss most things. Like most things that are taking place on the planet, parties and house parties, I miss a lot of these things. And let me tell you why. I think living should be meaningful, which means is I would rather give or I would rather contribute than just, go hang out at a house party. I'm not saying I never go to a house party. I'm not saying I never go to a game, but it's not the first thing it's not a desire for me. Like, it's not a desire to go watch a professional football game. Maybe one day I will. It's not a desire for me to go to the next house party. It's not a desire for me to go to a concert to go see an artist that I admire. It's just not a desire for me. I really set my life up to do things that are meaningful, because those things that are meaningful makes me feel that I'm actually making a contribution to the world. And by making that contribution, the reciprocity of that, it just makes me feel good. Like, it makes me feel good when people in my Millionaires in Training make money. It makes me feel good when I get an email because somebody saw a video of me on YouTube and it changed their life, it changed their thinking. It makes me feel good that, I have teenagers and people in their 20s. When I went to New York and I found out a 21-year-old that was watching my videos and now he's earning $400,000 per month. To me, that's meaningful. To live a meaningful life is to contribute something to make people's lives better. All right? It's easy to do what's convenient. It's easy to do what everybody else is doing, and that's cool. I'm not trying to discourage you from watching football games and going to soccer games and going to the baby showers and the wedding parties. That's cool. But pursue. The word pursue is something to actually go after. Something meaningful in life. Discover what is meaningful for you. All right? Do more of that stuff. Because even the things that I'm missing in life, who cares? Because majority of the things that are taking place every single day in life, I have no awareness of. So am I really missing it? Some people say, oh, you missed the all-star party. Oh, you missed this party. You missed this. All these beautiful girls were here, and I'm telling you, you should have been there. Hey, but I wasn't. Make sense? Pursue what is meaningful. A lot of you, when you get older, you'll understand that, because I know I have a lot of you right now just want to party, you want to hang out, and you kind of just want to do the things that most people do. And I would ask you to consider thinking about things that are more meaningful in life. Set yourself on an 80-20. Like 80% of your life should be things that are meaningful, such as feeding the poor, feeding the homeless, giving people compliments, tipping people, waitresses, maybe sharing some positive words with somebody that you know that needs it, right? Basically serving people. Like, again, I believe service leads to greatness, and I'm telling you, the more you do, the more you do that, you will get momentum in that direction. And you will stand out from everybody else. And one thing that does for the psyche is when you're pursuing something that's meaningful, that starts to create this feeling and thoughts of abundance. Like if you're always helping people and always taking the time to give people encouraging words or, complimenting or just trying to make somebody's day better, if you do that for every day, for years, it tells your mind or you that you live in an abundant universe. You live in a universe that's not only giving, it's receiving as well. It makes your life better. Not because you have a bunch of money, it's because you just feel better. Because you're doing some of the things that most people don't. And they don't. Majority of people are not pursuing what is meaningful in life. They're just doing the things that are expedient, something that's just good at the moment, right? Casual sex, drinking something, popping a Molly, right? Smoking, though, with that fake smoke or whatever they call that stuff, vaping. And, they just do things that are just convenient at the time because we're so married to this instant gratification here. I challenge you to do something meaningful, to put your life in a direction every day that you're going to do something that will make life for somebody else or for you better. It's life-changing, okay? And let me give you the last one. Thank you for the likes and shares, folks. Somebody said, not a Molly, bro. I know what you young people doing. You're nasty. I know what some of you young people doing out there. Just screwing your lives up here, okay? Stop all that smoking Mollies and popping pills and all this craziness. Come on now. All right. Here we go here. This is powerful here. And I want everybody that's a youngster, this is the only thing, to be honest with you, with everything that I teach you, everything that you're learning from me and discovering as you're sitting there watching this video here is communication, okay? Be precise in your speech. Let me say it again. When you're speaking with people, Be precise. You know what I've noticed with a lot of millennials, just young people, 20s and teenagers, they can't communicate. Like they can't put words together to convey their idea or their thoughts. I was talking to a young man today, and just by having a conversation with him, it was just really making my head hurt because the words that he was saying, it wasn't even congruent. It didn't make any sense. And I'm sure to him it didn't make any sense as well. Because one thing they don't teach in school, even though they have a class called speech, but they don't teach young people how to communicate. They don't teach young people how to have an ideal of something they want to do and use correct English. Every once in a while, folks, my ghetto comes out, right? You can hear me talk, what up, man, what up, Nick? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But, okay, cool. I know how to adapt, right? I know how to talk to the guy in the ghetto, and I know how to talk to the guy in the boardroom, okay? It's a skill, it's an art for me. And I understand sometimes we want to just use that type of dialect and just use that urban language. But let me share something with you. That gets very habitual, okay? And a lot of you that want better jobs, okay? A lot of you that want other opportunities with multimillionaires and you want to link up with different people. If you can't communicate, no one's going to do business with you. If you can't communicate to your customer to close a deal that's maybe $10,000, they're not going to do business with you if you can't use and speak formal English, okay? If that's your first language, okay? This goes for other languages as well. Whatever the, it's important. It's probably the most important rule on here. And I say that because, a lot of young people, you just can't communicate. You can't talk correctly. I mean, I hear, I'm thinking about creating a communication course here because, young people in your 20s, you don't know how to speak effectively. You don't know how to pronunciate your words. You don't understand the language or the grammatical structure of sentences and when to use periods and when to use a comma and when to pause and how to open your mouth when you speak. A lot of you mumble. I can't even hear you. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. I mean, open your mouth when you speak, young people. Okay? Open your mouth. Pronunciate your words, young people. No one's going to take you seriously. I don't care if you're the smartest cookie in the cookie jar, okay? I don't care how good you look. If you cannot communicate, people are not going to take you seriously. They just won't at all. Especially people like myself, successful people. We won't take you seriously. If you come to me and you have an idea, or if you have this thought or this business that you want to start with me and you can't put a sentence together, I'm not going to do business with you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to cut off the conversation early because I don't understand what you're trying to convey. Have you ever said that, you know what, it's just hard for me to express myself. I mean, I know the words, but, I just can't think of the words. I talk about this a lot in previous videos about communication here. The reason why you can't find the words because you have not added new words to your vocabulary. Are you listening? You haven't added new words to your vocabulary, okay? Like me, several times a week when I'm driving to the gym, instead of listening to Drake and Rihanna and all these great artists, DJ Khaled, I'm listening to word power CDs. I'm learning new words consistently, okay? Because words and grammar is what we use to convey and express ourselves. Does that make sense? You cannot express yourself effectively if you can't communicate, if you can't be precise in your speech. Okay? And by the way, men, if you can communicate, women love you. Women love. And women, let me know by the like button that you're going to hit. Women love a man that can communicate effectively. Right, women? Women love a man that can speak well, right? They love it. They adore it. They just, whoa, whoa, whoa. It turns them on. This is the truth. All right? So that's an incentive for all you men out there to communicate better. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. How, Wesley? How can I communicate better? You know, I do. I grew up in a certain area here, and you know, a lot of people, they use such urban terms, and I don't really know how to do it because I'm in an environment where it doesn't exist. Well, that's why you have YouTube. Okay, that's what I did. I searched out great communicators, and I will listen to them for hours. I have over 200 to 300 hours of content that you can listen to every day. Now, I think I communicate very well. Well, you can start doing that as well. Listen to great communicators for hours, and you'll find yourself communicating better. You have to be precise in your speech. This is why a lot of people fight and argue in relationships, because two people, they get together, right? They make love to have sex. Then someone has a disagreement, and now they're arguing. Why? Because they can't communicate, right? Two men that are talking with each other, which starts an argument, and then an argument goes so far, then they want to fight. Why is that? They want to fight because they had no more words in their vocabulary and no more other ways to express themselves other than being aggressive, using their fists, or calling someone a bitch, a whore, or a slut. You know, we do this as people. It's because we're not precise in our speech, and we don't know how to communicate because we're not adding new words to our vocabulary here. A lot of you just immediately go to words that are very piss poor, vulgar. And you could have said it better. That's why you go back and say, oh, I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Well, you could have said it better. One thing I learned from Jim Rohn is this. He's a great motivational speaker, by the way, before I let you guys go. He says, if you're going to speak and if you're going to say something, say it well. Say it well. Whatever you're going to say, before you open your mouth, think about what you're going to say and say it well. Okay? It's powerful. A lot of you speak so fast, especially in America, right? We speak so fast that we jumble our words together. Like, I've traveled to over 40 countries, and I notice other countries or places I've been, they speak proper English, and English is not even their first language, but they speak better English than people in the Western world, which is insane, right? Think first. Slow down when you speak, okay? Give yourself the opportunity to actually speak each syllable in words. Sometimes when you speak too fast, people can't comprehend you. One thing about the brain, I'm going to let you guys go. One thing about the brain is very sensitive, but the brain is slow. Like, if I ask you to remember everything I said, like, what was rule number 1? You forgot already, right? Because the brain is not able to interpret information. If you're speaking like this, hey man, you know, make friends with people and compare yourself to who you, and right? The brain is not able to do that. Slow down when you speak. Slow down when you talk on video. If you do video, slow down. Pronunciate your words here. And I think I will create a communication program very soon. Okay, any questions for me? For a recap here. 1, stand up straight with your shoulders back, right? Starting tomorrow. Try it. Watch what happens. Treat yourself like you would someone you are responsible for. Helping, okay? 3, make friends with people who want the best for you. Be around people that love you, that treat you like a king or a queen. That's always giving you compliments, right? That make you feel good. Because when you feel good, you do good, okay? Compare yourself with who you were yesterday, not with whom someone else is today. It's a powerful one here, okay? Look at yourself yesterday and make yourself a better person today, okay? Set yourself in perfect order before you criticize the world. That means fix your household first. Fix your dysfunctional household first before you criticize everybody else outside of you, okay? Rule number 6 here, pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient, okay? Like, just, take a step back. Think about some of the things that you can do that can be meaningful in the world, that makes the world better, that contributes to you, to the world, and to the good of humankind, okay? And last one, be precise in your speech. Okay, any questions for me before I let you guys go? And thank you for all the likes and shares here. Appreciate you. You can always find me at wesleyvirgin.com. Many videos on YouTube as well. Just search Wesley Virgin in Google. You will see a vast amount of content about mindset, about life, about making money, and navigating your world, to live a better and happier life here. This is my purpose here, to help people like yourself. Okay, how can we improve on the training balance scale? Okay, hold on. All right, hello. I need my charger here. And guys, thank you for hitting the like and shares. And I know it's dark right now, but I got a couple of questions I want to ask. And if you're watching the replay, you can ask questions as well. All right, it's going to be kind of weird here because I need a light. So, and it's on my charger. It's on the right side here. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. It's a little ghetto, right? All right, so question for me. All right. Got a lot of questions here. And guys, thank you for hitting the like and share button because I'm contributing to you. I'm going to stay here and answer everybody's question here. But all I ask you to do is this. Like and share this video. Okay? Well, because I require the social proof. More people that hit the like and share button, then more people are going to watch this type of information here. Okay? Wesley, which program do I get? All of them. Like my programs, they're great. But focus on one. Overnight Millionaire. It's a great program to begin with. How are you so rich? Internet marketing. How can we improve on the training balance scale? So that's a good question. So if you guys don't know what the training balance scale is, it's basically this. It's two things. Whenever we're trying to achieve a goal or trying to be more successful, it's one thing that pops up in our mind. And what's that? How? How do you do it, Wesley? How did you make $30 million? Wesley, how do you have all those cars? Wesley, how do you travel the world? Wesley, why it appears that you don't work but you make more money, okay? Then they have another side is the why. And these are the thoughts, right? These are the thoughts that you're having, or the why, right? About the things that's going to motivate you to actually get things done. So the training balance scale says that you should focus more on the why instead of the how. How are you going to do something? In actuality, it's really none of your business, because if you knew how, you'll be doing it. So a lot of you are searching for a solution on how to do something, but especially as it referred to making money is, you don't necessarily need to know how you're going to make the money, but what you need to know is like, why do you want to make the money? Why is it so important to you? And then another half of that is, well, once you make the money, what are some of the things you're going to do? Because maybe it doesn't take a lot of money to do some of the things that you're going to do. I met a young man a couple of years ago. I did an interview for Forbes a while back. He was doing a video for me, and he said, Wesley, I see that you're very successful, and I'm asking you a question. How did you become so successful? Because I want to be successful too. And I said, well, young man, I want to ask you a question here. I want you to define what success means to you. Tell me. I mean, be honest with me. What does success mean to you? He said, you know what, Wes, if I can just get a nice house, a nice car, and a wife, I'll be successful. And I said, well, that doesn't take you making $1 million. He said, oh, yeah, you're right. See, a lot of you are chasing the money, but you have no idea why you even need the money because you haven't thought about it. So the trading balance scan says, think more about why you want to make the money. Think about the images and some of the things that you want to acquire by obtaining the money. Then what happens is the how will inevitably show up, okay? How can I truly reprogram my subconscious mind? One thing, you need to get the Overnight Millionaire program. We've had hundreds of thousands of people to buy that. You need to get it, man, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm just being honest with you. It's a very powerful program that's very inexpensive here. It trains you. If you use it every day for like 60 days, it will condition your subconscious mind to think more positively and more abundant, okay? And I say that because our brains are nothing but like computers, to be honest with you. Whatever you're feeding your mind will produce a result. A lot of you are feeding your mind garbage every day, you know, music, bad, negative conversations, complaining about something, and listening and watching mindless TV, Netflix, and things of that sort, okay? That stuff is just garbage, to be honest with you. I'm not saying don't watch it at all. Every once in a while, I do like love and hip-hop, but that's like 5% of what I do as it relates to media. Some of you watch too much news, all that negative stuff. You watch Facebook videos and you watch the gold digger videos and the funny videos on YouTube. I know what you're doing. Yeah, it's obvious. Well, that type of stuff is programming your subconscious mind. That's why a lot of you can't communicate. That's why a lot of you don't have any bright ideas. And that's a lot of the reason why a lot of you are confused about even in your life. It said in the book, Think and Grow Rich, a man with an organized mind. Organized is a mind that will be more successful than others because his mind is organized, okay? To do that, you have to assimilate and absorb things that you want to see take place in your life. I do it through meditation. I do it through isolation. And I do it by repetition as well, okay? How can I start working with you? You're working with me right now. How can I truly reprogram? I just answered that question here. Okay, question here. Question for me. What's up, Zach? Zach always promoting himself. Zach, I know what you're doing, Zach. Zach is a smart young man, actually. Using your mind for a change. Okay, great. It's using your brain for a change, actually. Here we go. Question for me. Any more questions? You guys ready to go to sleep, huh? I don't believe in sleep. Sleep are for the losers. Yeah, Kevin Trudeau, yes. Sleep are really, it is for losers. I don't care what anybody says, you know. It just, if you sleep too much, it just, I don't know. I don't think you really discovered your purpose in life, to be honest with you. Even rich people. No time to sleep, baby. All right, my why is to cure depression around the world. Good job, Zach. Any more questions for me? I'm scrolling down here. Oh, wow. Wesley, how can I take the leap? I want to elevate. Just take a leap, bro. What do you mean? You know, asking me that type of question is like this. Hey, Wesley, how do I jump? What do you mean? Fucking jump. Wesley, how do I eat? Go to Chick-fil-A and get your burger. What do you mean? I mean, come on, folks. How can I take a leap? Leap. Jump. Go. Quit. Stop. Right? Start something new. You just do it. The reason why you're not doing it because you're thinking so much about what's going to happen in a painful direction here, okay? Stop creating images of failure. A lot of you are not making any type of progress because you keep creating images of failure. Stop doing that. Just stop. Start creating images of success and prosperity, okay? If you start to do that, you'll realize that everything that you are afraid of would never happen. Okay, guys, I got 29 more minutes here, 29 seconds. I love you so much. Thank you for sharing and liking this video here. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will be posting this on my Facebook and my YouTube here. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for the likes and shares. This is Wesley, Millionaire Virgin. Let's go.